Good morning, and welcome to Barbara's Bulletin. I'm your host, Barbara. Today, we're witnessing a significant shift in European politics as Hungary enters a new era with the swearing in of its new Prime Minister, Peter Magyar. This marks the end of an era for Viktor Orban, who has dominated Hungarian politics for over a decade. According to reports from CBS News and France 24, Magyar's inauguration ceremony took place outside the Parliament building in Budapest, where thousands of Hungarians gathered to celebrate the change in leadership. The European Union flag was raised alongside the national flag, symbolizing a potential shift in Hungary's relationship with Brussels. Magyar has promised to restore democratic institutions and lead Hungary back towards the European Union. He has also vowed to unlock approximately $20 billion in EU funds that were frozen due to concerns over rule of law and corruption during Orban's time in office. The new Prime Minister faces significant challenges, including jump-starting Hungary's struggling economy and reducing the country's dependence on Russian energy. However, many Hungarians are optimistic about the change in leadership, with some attendees at the inauguration ceremony expressing hopes for a more democratic and EU-aligned future. It's worth noting that Orban's departure marks a significant shift in the European political landscape. As a close ally of former U.S. President Donald Trump, Orban's government had been a key challenger to EU policies on issues such as migration and rule of law. As we move forward, it will be interesting to see how Magyar navigates Hungary's relationships with both the EU and Russia. We'll be keeping a close eye on developments in Hungary and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we continue to explore the top stories of the day, I'd like to shift our focus to some remarkable achievements and insightful discussions from the world of politics, sports, and international relations. We have a fascinating lineup of guests and topics to share with you, starting with Rachel Entrekin, an elite ultra-marathon runner who has shattered the 250-mile course record at the Cocodona Ultramarathon in Arizona. Finishing the grueling course in a record 56 hours, 9 minutes, and 48 seconds, Rachel not only won the competition outright, but also defeated the entire field of men and women. Her determination and perseverance are truly inspiring, and we'll be hearing more about her historic achievement. In the realm of international relations, former ambassador to China and Harvard University professor of diplomacy and international relations, Nicholas Burns, joins us to discuss the upcoming summit between President Donald Trump and Xi Jinping in Beijing. Despite concerns about the U.S.-Iran conflict, the meeting is expected to proceed as planned, and Ambassador Burns will provide valuable insights into the implications of this diplomatic encounter. Additionally, we'll be hearing from Rep. Ro Khanna, DCA, on his perspectives on the U.S.-China trade relationship and the impact of unfair trade practices on American ports. He argues that the U.S. needs a more strategic approach to China, particularly in light of the ongoing Iran conflict, which he believes is being closely watched by Beijing. These discussions will undoubtedly shed light on the complex dynamics at play in global politics and international relations. As we navigate these intricate issues, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives and stay informed about the latest developments. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we close out today's show, I want to bring you up to speed on a developing story that has significant implications for global trade and security. The United Kingdom has deployed a warship, the HMS Dragon, to the Middle East in preparation for a potential multinational effort to protect shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. This move comes as tensions between the United States and Iran continue to simmer despite a fragile ceasefire. Reports of U.S. fire on Iranian-linked tankers in the Gulf of Oman have raised concerns about the possibility of retaliation from Iran. The UK's decision to deploy the HMS Dragon is seen as part of a broader effort by European powers to stabilize the region and ensure the safe passage of oil tankers through the strait. The HMS Dragon, an air defense destroyer, was initially sent to the eastern Mediterranean in March to help defend Cyprus. Its relocation to the Middle East follows a move by France to deploy its carrier strike group to the southern Red Sea. The two countries are working together on a defensive plan aimed at restoring confidence in the trade route. It's worth noting that any protective mission would require coordination with Iran, and a dozen countries have indicated a willingness to take part. However, Britain's ability to participate will be limited by the stretched Royal Navy, which is much smaller now than in the past and has had to retire some ships before replacements have become available. As we consider the complexities of this situation, it's essential to remember that the Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway with nearly a third of the world's oil passing through it. Any disruption to shipping in the region could have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.